I want to preface this by letting you know that the way my brain works, if I don't put deadlines, events, appointments, and what have you on a digital calendar with at least 7 different alarms, they simply don't exist. It doesn't matter how much I'm looking forward to it or how important it is. It simply stops existing in my mind after a certain amount of time. There's this indie art market I've been dying to table at ever since I first went to it about 2 or 3 years ago. They hold 4 markets a year, 1 for each season. One of my main goals for this year was to try tabling at an art market for the first time. But after not being able to apply for any of the previous 3 this year, I set my sights on applying to the winter market. Now, this was something I desperately wanted to do, that I wanted to prepare for properly, and I already had a bunch of different ideas for stuff I wanted to make. Did I, at any point, set any reminders for myself so that I could actually have time to prepare? No. I forgot to remember to not forget. To my horror, I get an email from the market's newsletter announcing that applications are open for a single day. It's 11:30 p.m., I've got work in the morning, and the applications close at 6 p.m. the next day. Cluelessly, I open the application form, start filling it out, and then find that they're asking for 3 artworks that you're going to sell at the market. Which makes sense to ask in hindsight, but unfortunately, I've no hinds to be cited, and this takes me by complete surprise. I have got nothing prepared. And this leads us to today. As I'm speaking, I have slept perhaps 2 hours, but I have 3 pieces of art to show for it, and I can at least say that I tried. Also, after saying it for 3 videos, I'm actually using Clip Studio Paint instead of Photoshop for these. It took a bit to readjust to different shortcuts, but overall it was a super smooth process, and I genuinely forgot how much I loved Clip Studio's brushes. Starting off strong with a poster. This was something I knew I wanted to do for a while, and I'd made a proof of concept little acrylic canvas of the idea about a year ago, so I actually had a very solid foundation to jump from. It's this painting of a beetle with its wings spread, reaching for a star, with a folklore-inspired border using exclusively red, blue, and yellow. I am a sucker for this color palette, and I love bugs. Plus, to be honest, this is just a poster I myself would like to have. I decided to do line art with one of my all-time favorite brushes, and I told myself that I wouldn't spend too much time rendering it, as I wanted the lines and composition to mostly speak for themselves. This was both because I'm quite confident in my lines, and I knew that I could do this pretty fast, and also because I needed to start this journey off with a bit of a morale boost. I ended up changing the design of the beetle a bit, as I thought that the bigger and more curved horns framed the star better, and the bulkier body filled out the frame in a more satisfying way. Aside from that, and the fact that there's more intricate line work, the design of the piece was mostly left unchanged, and I only rendered a little bit after saying that I wouldn't. So, with one success under my belt, I wanted to tackle a different medium. Stickers. Again, I didn't have a whole lot of time, so I decided to go off of something I'd already made and was quite happy with, which were these clay fish magnets I sculpted and painted a couple of months ago. But unfortunately, the magnets I got for them were way too strong, and they came unglued and got stuck to the fridge when I tried to use them. Also, I dropped the salmon and its little tail broke off, which I'm still quite sad about, but I'll try to fix them with glue and weaker magnets. Again, this one was pretty straightforward. The designs were done and the colors were already chosen by past TJ, so it was just a matter of doing. Though, unlike the poster, I thought these would look a bit better in a chunky, painterly, and lineless style. It was fun to do, but I need to learn to regulate the pressure I put on my wrist when I'm painting, because by the end of it, I was gripping my pen so hard and pushing onto the tablet screen with such unneeded force. Maybe I just need to readjust my pressure sensitivity settings, but I also know that I'm quite heavy-handed when painting. But, some habits have to change, or I will be in constant hand and wrist pain. I slapped this wave background onto it just so that it wouldn't look weird and empty, but the actual stickers will just be the individual fish. And finally, my piece de résistance, and by that, I mean the one that took the longest and gave me the biggest headache, knockoff Tamagotchi keychain. This was one I made from scratch, and I plan to make 2 or 3 more of these with different themes and quote-unquote pets. I think Tamagotchi and the idea of pocket digital pets is very cute, and they also make for really good accessories. So I wanted to play with that idea, but having the pet in question actually influenced the design of the hypothetical gadget. And although the market is a month after Halloween, this idea wouldn't leave my head. So it's a little vampire who starts off as a bat. The gadget is coffin-shaped and in dark gothic colors, and the little stake cross thing on top would be where the hole for the keychain would go. I did have a lot of issues with making the back of it, since Clip Studio doesn't have a native align to center feature like Photoshop does. So when I was testing the design on the website I was thinking of buying the keychains from, the front and back silhouettes weren't matching and it was having some issues. So I just popped the design onto Photoshop, aligned the cross there, and brought it back to Clip Studio. A bit of an annoying workaround, but not too much time wasted. Though in the website preview, although they say to upload the files in RGB color format, to me it was looking a bit darker than intended. So to be safe, I'll order 1 keychain as a sort of print test, and then make adjustments accordingly. Also, the website I'm thinking of using for the keychains and the stickers is Woo-Acree, as I've heard good things about it and they seem to have a good variety of products, but I can't vouch for them until I've actually put in and received my order. So, overall, have I pulled an all-nighter when I've got work at 9 a.m. the next day? Yes. Am I very tired? Yes. But I worked towards something I really wanted, and even if I don't get selected for the market, I'll know that I tried my best, and I'm really happy with how everything turned out. I can always refine them and apply next year, hopefully with a bit more preparation on my side. Hope that's a lesson for everybody watching this. Do not be like me. Write things down in your calendar, prepare for things, and don't pull all-nighters. Thanks for watching, and as always, remember to stay silly.